Hello, hi guys. I'm going to be talking to you today about how I saved one of my clients $10K in cash money. I'm not talking about deductions. I'm not talking about write-offs. I'm talking about $10K that she would have had to pay into the IRS, to the IRS. So let me just share this on my personal page really quick. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Destiny. I am the owner of Treasure Box Taxes. I actually work mostly with solopreneurs, any self-employed people, any small business owners, freelancers, independent people usually. Now, I wanted to talk to you today about how I was working with a Schedule C filer of mine and how I saved her $10K. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So let me give you some background. This is and one of my clients, she actually worked from a hairstylist booth. Now, she made about $79,000, and what I was wondering is before we did any of her deductions, she was going to be having to pay back $20K in taxes out of her pocket. So I wanted to talk to you, and I'm going to be looking at my notes about a couple of things that I went through to help her. If you are on the call right now, give me a like if you like to save money. Who doesn't like to save money? And then we will continue going. So how did my client get in this situation? For one, she got information from the wrong sources. Everyone that she was around was telling her, don't file your taxes, you don't need to pay in. And she took off. I mean, her business blew up and she made good money. So now she has aspirations to get a shop and things like that. And she doesn't have any income to show that she actually made any money. Two, a lot of people just don't know. They don't know where to go. They don't have money to invest in any professional services. They don't know how much professional services cost. So a lot of us can get into the situation, especially if you are now just starting out. So it doesn't really matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter if you are a lash artist, a hairstylist, a handyman. The steps to starting a business in order to be successful and starting out on the right track are pretty much the same. So comment below whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching the replay, comment below what industry that you're working in so I kind of know what my audience is. All right, so how we started out was, okay, we're starting out at 80K. She's gonna owe 20 grand in tax. So first I asked her I wanna take a look at her receipts. She is organized, so she saved everything, lucky for her. And once I was looking at it, I was like, okay, we can work with this. And then I started asking her about trips that she took. I started asking her about any vacations. I started asking her about any client trips. And in the end, we were able to reduce her expenses by 30 grand. Now, that brought her AGI, her adjusted gross income, down to 50K. But this is not the amount that your 50K is not what you have to pay into the IRS. So what it boiled down to is I actually was able to save her about 9K. It went from 20,000 to 11,000 that she would have to actually pay into the IRS. And as easy as I made that seem, is not always that easy. I'm telling you, it took preparation, it took receipt tracking, it took searching email, it takes all of this. So I kind of wanted to go through steps to avoid you getting into this situation. So at tax time, you don't have a huge bill, because the goal is to have less than 1,000 at the end of the year to have to pay to the IRS. Anything above that, you could be subject to being penalized. So the first step is to reach out to people, reach out to, professionals, reach out to your friends that are actually in business, who are actually running a profitable business. Don't take business advice from someone who you don't know their books, you don't know if they know what they're doing, you don't know where they got their information from, because you could end up in the exact same situation. I'm here. You can post on my page any questions that you have, and then I'm going to be doing these trainings every week, and we can get into your questions during the trainings. Because I like specializing in working with small businesses, I also am offering, pay as you go services. A lot of times the common misconception is you are just starting out and you can't afford to have, a lawyer on your team, an accountant on your team, a bookkeeper. And sometimes starting out you can't. But what you can do is pay startup costs. That way you can control the amount that you're putting out and the time you're putting it out and not break the bank. So I offer business formation. So whether you want to be a sole proprietor, or do you want to be an LLC, do you want to be an S Corp? This is related directly to how you're taxed. The second thing I offer is filing estimated quarterly tax. So funny story, if you actually owe more than $1,000, then you're gonna have to pay in. So the estimated quarterly tax, every 3 months, you're supposed to estimate your gross profit and then you pay that amount in. That way you don't have a big tax bill at the end of the year. Third thing I offer is QuickBooks Setup. Now QuickBooks is a system that is basic bookkeeping, and there's several different levels of QuickBooks. You can invoice, you can estimate, you can do payroll, like you can do everything off of QuickBooks, but sometimes it can be confusing to know which package that you offer and how you should set up your books from the beginning. So I offer QuickBooks Setup. Another thing I offer is annual tax filing. So if you are a sole proprietor, whether you're a Schedule C, whether you're a LLC, I offer income tax filings for the annual year. So if you had no idea, or if you haven't done any of these things, give me one of those emojis. It's kind of like the wow emoji. I like that one. And that'll let me know kind of what you guys need. So when I put out future videos, I'll be able to know what topics to focus on. Now, I want you to think for a second. I want you to think about where you want your business to be in 3 to 5 years down the road. And if that 3 to 5 years, how are you going to get there? Are you taking steps? Are you going to need to purchase land? Are you going to need to purchase a building? Are you going to need to hire employees? Because hiring employees can cost you money, or they can make you money. If you do it the wrong way, it can cost you money. There's different types of employee classifications, and one of them, you don't have to pay any taxes towards their paycheck. The other, it could cost you hundreds of dollars a month. So you don't want to just go out here blindly and start hiring people. The next thing is getting a loan. When you need a loan, they want to know if you're making money. They want to be able to insure or protect their investment. So you need to be able to produce financial statements. You need to be able to produce profit and loss. You need to be able to show your books. They need to see your expenses to make sure that you're asking for a reasonable amount. All this is something that comes with hand in hand with bookkeeping. So it would be a shame for you to be making all this money and then your books aren't in order. So now your dreams from 3 to 5 years from now have been delayed because you didn't get set up from the beginning. So also an EIN number. So if you don't have an EIN number, it's a number that you get from the IRS. You won't have a track record. It's basically like the social security number for your business. So this is really important as well to go along with your financial statements. All right, so now that I've probably completely overloaded you with information, I wanna bring it back down. I want you to remember my customer. She started off with 80K. She came 80K in gross income, a 20K tax debt. She came to me, I got it all the way down to 11,000. Now this doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I charged her less than $1,000 to do that. But that's really not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is when you don't know something and you're not familiar with something, then reach out and get help. There's no need to be doing these things yourselves and guessing about it if you have free resources, or even if you have reasonable resources that you can pay your good earned money to. So I am actually offering a special today, well, probably for the next month or so with COVID going on. I want to give you guys a break, and while some of you guys are sitting at home, that would be the perfect time to get your books in order, to get your business formatted, formation correctly, to get everything in order. So then when you do start picking up in clients, you'll be able to just plug and play. So today, usually this will include a 45-minute video consultation, video or telephone, whichever one you prefer, valued at $250. I will also provide you with a list of who you should be paying taxes to, because there are more people to pay taxes to other than the IRS. Some people have state taxes, some people have local taxes from the county and the city. But if you don't know this, then you could be operating illegally. So I will make sure that you have a guided plan of action as well as a step-by-step guide in order to get your business set up. So, I'll let you know if you need to open a bank account. What kind of bank accounts? Do you need a credit card? Do you need an EIN? Should you be an LLC, an S Corp, or sole prop? I'll let you know what QuickBooks package to actually go on to. So right now I'm offering this for $100. And you need to if you want to make an appointment, it'll be a $25 deposit that will go towards any service. So I'm not just gonna take your money and then you're dead in the water. But hopefully, if you found any of this interesting, or you didn't know any of this and you feel like this is something that you and your business could benefit from, just let me know and book an appointment. And really, that's it, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section and I'll make sure that I give you a response. Bye.